We're back. Let's see if we can hopefully get people in here this time. Hopefully. Um, y'all on board right now, and I'm not doing that much, so let's try this again and see if we get people in here. But anyway, um, as people are coming in here, though, please be aware to be respectful and mindful to those around you. And also, if you're new here, welcome. And if you are a returning guest or one of my mods, welcome back. It's good to see all sides of people that are around. But let's hope that we actually get people this time, because last time we were trying to get a couple, but no one did not say a dang word. Like, I don't know what's been happening with my chat or something. Even though my settings aren't on, that I know when I check things before I even hit it. So let's pray and hope that people actually come in here and say something. I'm crossing fingers and hoping that something better happens, because, you know, last live, which was like a couple hours ago, I was trying to see. I had to kind of do a couple of resets in hopes for something, but I don't know what was going on around those times. So, yeah. But anyway, Raymond. Okay, thankfully somebody's in this chat. Holy goodness, how are you doing? Man, you're the first person who spoke in the chat today. Because earlier I tried to go live and I don't know what was going on with the chat. So thank goodness it's working right now. So praise God. Praise God the chat works. Because it was looking a little crazy earlier. Not gonna lie. I'm doing alright. What about you? And also, you guys, I do have a couple of things. Well, one of the things is an update on my boyfriend, and then another thing is an announcement that has to do with us two. So, I'm gonna give it just a second before I kind of let y'all know what's happening with him, but also the next part of it too. So I'm just gonna give it like a minute, and then I'll say it. Because, I want to make sure that we get some people in here, so that way they hear what's going on. Because a lot of you would want to know how he's doing and stuff like that. And I also will catch y'all up for those that have been on my streams before but haven't been in here recently because either things were busy or, life got in the way. Then I'll catch you up on all that. And so, but I will tell you, I probably will go and catch you up, Raymond, since you really haven't heard much and stuff like that. But hang on. Yes, yeah, she does go live tonight. I know that for a fact. Which I will obviously be on there. Which I've been on there for most, unless if things were getting in the way. But the majority I'm on there. But yes, I will definitely let her know that you miss her and all that stuff. Even I've missed you being on there and all that stuff. But yeah, I can definitely let you know how her live goes. Cause the next day that I'm live after today is Sunday, so I'll let you know how it goes. Especially. But yeah. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just say it, just with our current people who are in here, of what's been happening with him. So, the first part of the news. So for some of you who have been on my lives these past few days, so Raymond, I'll catch you up on this actually, because for example, Mel and a few others have heard a lot about this with him. So about a week ago, it was like I think last Thursday it was. He had to go into the hospital just because he had to get a cyst that was on his right, on the bottom of where his wrist was located on the right side, just to get it removed, to, just to be safe. Thanks. It is an SE, for those that ever ask. And so, yeah, I mean, it's good though, because I mean, stuff like that, it's good to keep that and make sure you get it looked at, because it's basically it's rather to be safe than sorry, because you never know what can happen. And y'all, I'm thankful he did, because the night of, he did tell me that I guess where that cyst was, I guess there was 3 of them within that same one that was literally almost like that was next to an artery. Yeah. Literally next to an artery. But y'all, I'm thankful that he did get that removed, because whew, y'all, and even he told me this. He even said they even told him that if he did, or if he would, not like he did, but if he were to use something heavy to slam it, oh, it would have been worse from the sounds of it. And probably wouldn't even do well. So praise God he did not use anything to hit it at all. So even I'm thankful that surgery for him that day went, yeah, Raymond, if you think about that, like, think about that for a minute of how visual that is. When you hear something like that next to, like, something more intense of your body, oh, that can be a life or death situation. Because, like, if I ever had to hear something with me, like, if I were to get something done with me that was almost near something that important, ooh, I would have been going crazy when I heard that. But, yeah, so praise God that it went good. And then, let me tell you this, the night of, so the same day that he had his surgery, but it was like the night hours, it was like 9 o'clock at night or so, he and I were just talking like normal, like we would do on certain days that he's able to. And so, which that went well. And then, y'all, a couple minutes after the call, I did not expect me to start this, but I literally started crying afterward, just because of what I had to see him go through. And just so you guys are aware, he had to wear a sling. So he literally had to wear a sling on his arm just to keep it in place, and just, yeah. I thought, in my head, I was crying for probably 4 days of his recovery. Yeah. And it's more of the love care cry, where you wish you were there and you wish all the things, but you wish you could take the pain away, but you can't. Like, we don't have the ability to. And it just really hit me pretty hard for a few days. And even I was telling Stacy about all that as well, because even when I was in her live like last week and stuff like that, I was just letting her know what was going on. Even I was like a mess in between. But even like if I went to explain it to one of my friends or y'all or something like that, I would just start crying. Cause I love him, and don't want anything bad to happen to him when there's not. And so, yeah, it was crazy. But then recently, I think it was Monday, I will have to look back on the text, but I think it was this past Monday that I heard he actually was able to get his sling removed. So, I thought it would be there a couple weeks maybe, because if you think about it, sometimes things like that kind of take a little longer to do. So praise God that it was a lot quicker than I was expecting it to be. So now the only next step with him is in a week he'll get all of the stitches from where the cyst was located, and then we will be good to go. Now for the announcement part of all of this. So y'all, so on August 4th through the 11th, he will be coming back out here for a full week. So he will be out here literally. So like I said, August 4th through the 11th, he will be out here for another hangout. So we get to hang out those days. So I'm excited, and even yeah, so I can't wait to have him back out here and just continue to grow together as well. But like, yeah, I can't wait. So, yeah. But man. Yeah, even y'all, he was also out here for the 4th of July as well. But man, y'all, last month when we were hanging out, it was amazing. Basically a few weeks back, not actually a month ago. But 4th of July, that was amazing. So, but yeah, crazy. So, he gets to be out here next month. I can't wait. And y'all are gonna get updates sometimes with us as well. And just things. But, yeah. So, but yeah, I can't wait. And, yeah, pretty crazy. So, yeah, so that's a Monday through the following Monday, for those of you that want to know date-wise. Then, y'all, the following day, so that next Tuesday, I have my first ever eye doctor appointment for my annual after 2 to 3 years. And, I mean, for me, I'm just a smidge nervous because I'm going to my first, my new eye doctor now because, I'm an adult now, so I can actually be in the adult side of all of it. And so, this is my first appointment. And I don't know y'all this yet, but there might be a 50-50 chance I might be getting my eyes dilated, but I don't know yet though. It just depends. So, even while AJ's out here, even he can help me out calm down my nerves for all of it. Because, sometimes this get a little crazy. And, that's even the best part about partners, too, is when y'all cuddle and do all the cute stuff like normal. It's not just, not just to do it. Also, it's got some benefits behind it. So, like, for example, cuddling releases a lot of oxytocin, which is the love hormone, also the cuddle hormone. It's two different things, which is funny. And so and also it gives you it just calms you down a lot. And so, and then also just, the good stuff. But yeah, I'm thankful that he's pretty good at helping me out, calm down whenever something stresses me out, or if I start to stress out, or if upcoming stress approaches without knowing. It's good to cancel out directly. And so, yeah, pretty crazy. But, yeah, so I'm excited to get to see him in a month. But yeah. So, anyway. But yeah, I mean, Raymond is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. One bit. But yeah. So, yeah. Pretty crazy. But, so, yeah, that's what's going on there. But yeah. So, man, y'all, sorry, there's some hairs in mine that just they're looking a little crazy just because of the day, but also just like, you know, a ton. It's just what it does occasionally. But, yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, that's just what it does. So, yeah. So like I said, we get to see each other in a month. But yeah, I mean, overall though, he's been doing pretty well though. It's just kind of just the usual, like we do talk on the phone for those of you that do ask stuff like that. So we do talk on the phone daily, or at least when we're able to. Like the majority of the time, it's mostly every day. It just depends on if something for him comes up or for me comes up. But if like for example, let's say if we are calling on a day where I know something for me is coming up, I will let him know, being like, hey, I can't call you at this time because I have to be at this time, or I have an appointment or something like that, or I have to be at this thing at this time. And also, y'all, he's been doing really well with communicating with me of when he isn't able to call me. Because, for example, like today's an example of that is, because normally we would be calling about this time. Because normally we are calling right around this time, which is 5:30 p.m. my time. Just central timeline. But the majority of the time. But look, for example, what that looks like is, hey, I can't call you today. And I'm like, and then what I will say after that is, and I'd be like, thanks for letting me know. And then if I want to say something cute afterward, I could, but like, okay, cool, thanks for letting me know. And plus, y'all, watch how good that is. The thing is, with a partner, that's one of the number one things that you want to see in your relationship is making sure that they are keeping, like, that they are staying in the loop somehow. Either if it's that y'all are calling schedule, or, hey, I can't, or let's say if one of y'all work and all that, and you can be like, hey, I work from this time to this time, so I can't text you within this time window. So let's say if I did work somewhere, not, I really hope eventually for me, but an example of that, let's say if I worked somewhere and and I found out that my work schedule period was from either, let's say, maybe 12:30 to like 7, as a fake example. And normally we call it 5:30, but let's say I couldn't get a hold of him that time. So I would be like, hey, just so you know, I work from this time to this time and I can't call you within our normal window. So then this way he knows, and he goes, okay, cool. Then I know what's going on. And then he'll do the same thing too. Let's say if he were to work somewhere, he would keep that same communication going. Because the thing is, not just literally just communicating. And Raymond, yes, I dyed it a dark violet, but in different lighting perspectives, it'll look totally different. Like right now, it'll look more red, more like red pink tone, but some of it's already fading already. When we're not 8 weeks out yet, because on the box it says it doesn't fade off for like another 8 weeks, but it's looking more like another like almost 2.5 weeks. Actually, I can show you actually what it looks like when it was fully on me real quick. So yeah, let me show you kind of when it was on day 1, so you can see it better as well. Let me just find it. Oh shoot, not it, that's a cow. Here we go, right here. So this is what it looks like on day 1. So, for example, in that lighting, you can see it looks more pink-red tone because of the natural lighting, which makes it... And then some you can see a little bit of purple on the side, but in different... It's kind of cool. It's because in different, like, lighting angles and stuff like that, it just looks different. So, like, right now, it'll look more red right now. Sometimes pink in corners. Then maybe another inch higher beam lighting, it'll look pinkish. And then outdoor lighting, you'll look almost like its actual color. So it's kind of like, it's almost like 3 hair colors in one. A little bit. And I actually like it. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah. And so, thanks. It's a... Raymond, it is A-okay. Like I said, there's no rush at hitting the like button. You don't, like, it doesn't have to be when you directly come in. It can be any time in the stream that you're on. That's what I tell a lot of you guys, is don't feel like you have to rush yourselves and stuff like that, because if you are rushing yourselves, then seriously, what are you doing? But like I was saying, the thing is, when you are working, but also the thing is with partners, it's good for that communication to stay, because because, you know, if you and your partner are not saying stuff like, hey, baby, I can't call you today because I have to do this, or I have work today, or, you know, or, hey, I might be a few hours late of calling, so I might end up calling you around, like, this timeline instead of what we normally would. So, for example, a lot of my delay times that we've called is, like, for him, at least he's told me, was like 9, at least 9-ish. And so I'll be like, okay, cool, thanks for letting me know, because y'all see how that works, right? Like, it's good to stay in touch like that, because for real, if you aren't communicating with your partner about little things like that, then there's something you need to work on. Because especially in a relationship, communication is key to a healthy relationship. Like, it doesn't also have to be just on stuff like that. It can be on, you know, like, let's say if y'all are seeing each other, like if y'all are like me, we're long distance, and, you know, be like, hey, we just left the house, or hey, I just got here, so that way they know, okay, that way, for example, it gives my boyfriend a sense, okay, she just got there, and be like, hey, baby, I'm only 5 to 10 minutes or 15 minutes away at the moment. So then that way, when y'all are, because watch, y'all, in the future, with your partner, though, you're gonna be living together, and that means you're gonna have to start talking face to face about that, and not quite often text it, unless if you both are far out. But yeah, thanks. Thanks, Raymond. I very appreciate it. I like it too. Like, that's like the first time I've kind of went a little more outside the box than I did. Because for reference, I dyed it like, the last color I dyed it was like a super dark auburn. But then it went back to, after a while, faded to my old haircut that it was, like mid-teens and stuff like that, which is like a dirty light brown tone. And then I also dyed it a dark brown before that. And so, you know, I was like late 8th grade, almost a freshman in high school, when I really started to actually be allowed to permanently dye it. And not just, you know, use the typical standard washout dyes that you can get at like Walmart. You know, like, that's, yo, I was able to do that stuff more in the beginning, like in middle school. Like, there would be times I would just dye it for fun, like either I wanted something cute, or just, you know, or just wanted to do it, but just, you know. I mean, that's just parents, though. But I mean, you know, That's just what they do. So I'm glad this day I'm able to actually permanently diet and not have to do it in the childish way. But, yeah. And actually, I will show you guys a pic of my boyfriend and I last. So for those of you that haven't been in here in a while, I will show you guys. So, for those of you that haven't seen any updated pics of us, I mean, one of you hasn't, a few of you actually haven't, but some have. But this is what we look like for, like, the last photo I took. I mean, well, one of the last photos I took too was when the day of that he left, but this was one of them that we took, which was like I think a day or a couple days before. Yeah, it was like a couple days before. Yeah, it was like a Monday that we took it. So that's what we look like. But yeah. And yes, you guys, we looked a little bit cute on that one because we went on a date in that photo. So that's why I look a little bit more like an adult in that photo than what y'all usually would see out of me. But yeah, it was pretty cool though. It did feel pretty good because, you know, we both got to have an adult moment with each other. Got to actually hang out for like an hour. I was thinking about he and I hanging out like on our day. I was thinking maybe he and I could stay in a few extra minutes, but then I just kept, I don't know, y'all. At some point, I will tell you guys this. For some reason, my eyesight, I don't know what it was doing, but at some point in the middle of our day, my eyesight was wanting to go blurry on me, even though my glasses were on. So I was wearing my glasses just usual. I don't know. Okay, for my people who wear glasses on here, I don't know if y'all have had this happen, where you are wearing your glasses like normal, like they're not off, but they're on you still, and you're just hanging out or you're just chilling, and all of a sudden your vision goes blurry, even when your glasses are on you. I don't know if that's happened to anybody before. Because for me, I felt like that was a first for me. So I don't know if it was the fact that that we were all up at like 6 a.m. that same day because we went on a boat that same day. And so we had to be there. Me and my dad, my boyfriend all had to be there at like 8. But then my mom went there too and my brother. But then they really didn't have to really. We kind of broke it down in like half. So me, my boyfriend, and my dad first went, so my dad could fill up paperwork, stuff that you would do for when you are going on a boat. Yes, what you have to do is fill up paperwork stuff and do that. Just that quick few minute inspection, just to make sure you know how things work, and if you have to, you know, if something happens on there while you're out there and you don't know how it works, it's, you know, you get learned off the bat. And so, yeah, so, I mean, that was pretty good like usual. And then me and my boyfriend got on, and then, my dad decided just to take me and him just a little quick get around, just to kill the time a little bit while we were waiting on my mom and my brother to show up. So, do you know any good songs I can listen to? There's a few good ones out there. Hang on, let me pull up my list and I can tell you, because I do have some good ones that I've at least listened to or have heard. Actually, I think there's this one song I kind of slowly have started. I mean, I heard. Hang on, give me just a minute. But, hang on. Let me just sign it really quickly. 6. Hang on, give me just a minute while I search it. So it takes kind of a minute. but there's quite a few. I'll tell you. So for example, so one of the songs I definitely say that are good to listen to are okay, there's this one song I've listened to called Rest of My Life by Kante. Let me tell you, it's so good. And then I just saw this other song by him. And I did see this other song by him too, like, I think yesterday. Let me pull it up. But it's called Constellations, which, oh my gosh. I actually listened to the second option I just now told you a little bit yesterday, and whoo, my gosh, it's so good. Like, I was kind of falling in love for like a minute, because the lines in it are just amazing. Like, I just envisioned just a whole different mindset. And then, oh, hang on, what the heck was I doing? Let's see here. Let's try now, it's good. And then also, Wild Heart is a good song too by the Vamps, which I've played on there as well. Let's see. Yeah, why are all my things just in the way? Let's do this. I'm gonna go to each category, listen to stuff by. But yeah. And then also Love Me by Big Time Rush is really good as well. That Power by will.i.am. Yeah, I mean, Raymond, there's so many good songs out there. But those are just a few to list off that are really good. But yeah, like, I'll tell you, Rest of My Life is like one of my top favorites. Like, at this point, I feel like in like 5 to 10 years, I envision that song playing literally in my future wedding. I don't know. I have that vision, but I feel like Constellations might too. I don't know yet. But, I mean, there's too many good songs out there, though. Yeah, I'll show you. Actually, I'll show you a few other pics from it. But yeah, me and my boyfriend and my parents were on a boat out in my area, because there's one of the lakes in the area that we live around. We rented a boat from there, marina, which was really cool. Hang on, let me pull up pics real quick from it. So, here's the first pic of us two. Just literally the cutest thing. Then, I'll show you a few others too. This one. Then this one of him, just looking too cute. This one's too spaced out, but we are both looking at the water view. I kind of wish it was not that far spaced on here. Then this one of me, looking too cute, like for real. Then my boyfriend again, looking extremely cute. Then us again with my mom. Then us two. And then another one, which you can see here is a lot better. And then him and this one, just looking too hot. And then here's me, which is in my profile for those, which my hair was tied back, like it always will be. Then this cute one of us too. And then also this one as well, which this one's also too cute. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah. Thanks, Raymond. I very appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, it was awesome. And for spoilers on here, this was AJ's first time ever on a boat, like in general. So it was a special first for him that his first ever boat ride was with his own future wife. It was literally too cute. Yeah, it is pretty cool. That's literally with his own girlfriend. Too cute. But, oh, I'm going crazy. But yeah, it was pretty cool though. We were out there from like 10 a.m. about, well, actually that's 9. Around 9 a.m. my time through like 1, almost 1 p.m. my time. So about like 5 hours at least. Which was pretty cool. Yes. Yeah, it was awesome though. And then also later that exact same day, he and I both went on a date together where it was just me and him for like an hour, which was amazing. Like, pretty crazy. And actually I will show you guys kind of a comparison to kind of the age, kind of how much we've aged from like our first full date together and then this one. Because kind of the other dates with us has just been hangouts out here and stuff like that for a few days. I mean, boats are pretty cool. Like, for example, the boat I'm showing y'all, we were on a pontoon, by the way, for those that are wondering. But yeah, pontoon boats are pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, yeah, they're pretty fun, I'll tell you that. They're definitely a fun thing to be on, especially during the summer month and stuff like that. Oh my god. And so, yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. So, actually, I'm gonna go all the way back to show you a comparison photo from when he and I went on our first date, which was literally senior year, y'all. Like, we were in high school at the time. Still is crazy to believe that. I'm not gonna lie. Hang on. Let me go up just a little bit. Just so you can see. Getting closer. I gotta go down just a little bit. Okay. Then y'all, let's see, which one of the 3? I'll show you all 3. So this is what we looked like literally our first ever date, y'all. Like, we were both at our high school where I went for the first semester. And we went and saw a this one production. So we saw this really cool play called Radium Girls. So for anyone who's never heard of it, it actually was really good. And so this was like October 27th of 2023 at the time when we did this. Yeah, it was the 27th. It was a Friday, y'all. But, y'all, here's what was crazy. Like, this is, like, the crazy part. I was literally 18 in this photo. He was 17 in this photo. Then, fast forward to now. I mean, also, yeah, I did see him graduate high school, too, so it's a bonus. But then y'all will actually get shocked when I actually show the second. Like, that's how much we aged. But now I'm going to show you the actual second photo. Let's see. And then now. So this was our second date. That was more like one-on-one. Like, outside the house. Which we went to Warburg, which is really good. But yes, you guys look at and then here's the difference now. This was when I was 19 and he was 19. So we both were the same age in this photo. Because his birthday was like a month ago. Just crazy to believe. Like, it's crazy unheard of. Oh, what the heck did I do? But, yeah, it was wild. But just seriously, look at the two photos back to back. Like, oh my god. Just to think about how... Again, I'm going to show you that photo again. Look. This was our before first. And then now. Which I'm going to go... And then now, look, see, y'all, look how crazy that is. That's literally what aging for couples can look like. But yeah, I mean, y'all, that's crazy. It's crazy how we went from, like, the first date to, like, a full-on, like, second outing. Crazy. But, yeah, pretty wild, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm gonna turn this off because I'm getting hot under the lighting, which I do hate when that happens. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy how literally it went from literally us in high school on our first date, and then now, like literally this year. Crazy. So I mean, it's insane how much we age. Even within that. It's like, oh my god. Because, y'all, the second photo, I look like an actual adult. I'm not gonna lie. Because of the outfit I wore, which brought up the full age of me. This is wild. But, yeah, I mean, it was wild. I mean, Raymond, I think on a boat you'll like it. It's really fun. But there's all kinds of boats, though, out there besides pontoons. That's just what we've used. That's what we've rented half the time. But, yeah, pretty... Okay, second leg in here, but who else is even going to end up in here? Ugh. I've got an inch going on, which I don't know who... Man, who was our second person? Which no one said anything on that one, so... Are we doing that again, or what are we doing? But, yeah, pretty crazy. So, yeah, we're just hanging out for a few at the moment. So, yeah, crazy. And then y'all will be getting to hang out within like probably 2.5 weeks to 3 weeks, which I'm super excited to again see him and just continue to grow more. Cause y'all, for those of you that were on like for a couple of those streams that I did with him when he was out here last, not everyone was in here, but some of you were. But for those of you that followed at that time, or was around at that time, really, we literally, y'all, I literally feel like we've grown a bit. Because, y'all, last time when, I'll tell you guys this. So, y'all, story time, for those of you that not heard this. So, it was the 4th of July. And it was the evening of 4th of July. And we were in here cuddling for a little bit before, it was a couple hours before we head over and saw fireworks, because we went over to, and then because there's this one little house where people can stay, kind of like an Airbnb, but not quite an Airbnb, but they had a pool and stuff like that there. And so a little before we both went over there and saw the fireworks from over there, which is over by the pool. And so, yeah, not that, it was only like a few hours before we had to be over there. And so yeah. So yeah, it's basically as a few hours before that, and we were just we were cuddling in here, like, because y'all, one of the things that we do when he's over here, especially in our routine a little bit when we're together, is we will, like, in here we will cuddle a lot together. We'll talk, like, well, occasionally we will talk about stuff too, and then also we will both just watch our phones, like either one of us is looking through our social media and the other's going on YouTube, or like sometimes an example, I'll be on Instagram or something like that, and he'll be on either the same thing or on TikTok or YouTube as well, or just playing a game of his on his phone while we were cuddling half the time. So a lot of times we've been able to multitask while we're doing stuff like that. So it's kind of surprising a little bit. But yeah, and then so on this specific day, on this specific evening, so we were just, and y'all, for reference, y'all, he actually was sitting on my side of the bed, and I was sitting on his at the time, which didn't mind me too much. Even I had to sit on one last pillow, and he had to sit on a literal third pillow, which is me. It was just, we were cuddling just like any ordinary, like we were just cuddling together like any typical couple would do. And so at some point during, I forgot what point it was, at some point in the middle of us cuddling, at one point a certain thought came to my head. Either I was trying to ask him a question, or I think I told him, either I told him or asked him something, and I didn't hear anything. I'm like, and I repeat myself a little bit, and I'm like, the heck? And my thought, and I go to look over, and y'all, when I tell you this, oh, y'all are gonna go crazy for those that did not hear this at all. But y'all, it was so cute. He passed out. Like, he passed out asleep while I was on the top of his chest cuddling. Oh my god. But y'all, in that moment, when I saw that, I wanted to freak out. Like, I wanted to go crazy. Because, y'all, I have seen a lot of this in videos. I feel like in reels, I feel like I've seen that. But just have never thought it was gonna be me. Like, I never suspected it was gonna be us next. But I had to look this up just to, because I was kind of I wasn't too confused, but I just had to make sure I was seeing it right. And y'all, I still have the screenshot too. Let me pull it up. Let me pull up the screenshot. Especially, some of this you can see, but not every single little detail. I really wish they could make it less big. But from some of this view standpoint, for some of this, when a girlfriend, you can't really see it all, but I'll tell you from my angle, from what it says, it did say when a girlfriend is cuddling her sleeping boyfriend. So, for example, he's knocked out, but also it doesn't say anything when I'm on top of him. It's the same thing even with a girl on top of her boyfriend. And so, even when a boyfriend is calling his girlfriend is knocked out, apparently, y'all, that means it signifies that that just means that they feel safe around each other. But y'all, a lot of it though, when I saw that, like, when I legitly saw that, when I looked it up, I wanted to have a cry. Because at that point, y'all, like in that moment, when I did see it, I knew that my dream just came true. That it was gonna happen. And just like that on the 4th of July. Then y'all fast forward about a couple days later. And I think for me, I think this was on a Tuesday. This happened to me. I think it was on a Tuesday or a Monday. No, not Monday. No, I think it was. See, I just dropped my phone. Yeah, I think for me this happens on a Tuesday. Cause he was with me till like Thursday. But yeah, for me this happened on a Tuesday, and it was in the morning hours for this one, and we were just cuddling too, like atypical. And y'all, for me, normally I am shutting my eyes for like maybe. Normally I am closing my eyes for probably for at least like maybe 5 to 10 seconds, for like maybe a few seconds, just because it's like oh, this feels so good, just like that. But then y'all, I say partially with this because it's like not fully, but a little bit of it, but yeah, I mean, y'all, I partially knocked out on him as well. But mine was, with me though, I can still hear my surroundings and stuff like that. So if he were to get my attention, I still would hear him. But y'all, with him, he was like fully out. Like, he was out for probably like a couple minutes. And at one point, I had to get up really quickly to either fix something or grab something. And then that's when he got up, and then I just told him what I saw. And it was so crazy. But like, I was telling my best friend. I was telling my high school best friend of what just happened. And even she, just saw that moment go, oh my god. But it was literally, like, for anyone here who's never had that happen to them, okay. Literally, y'all, it was crazy. Okay, now we have Felix. Okay, well, who's our third person trying to get near to without seeing it? But, I mean, it was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. And so, yeah, it was bizarre in that moment. But, yeah. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty wild in that moment. But, yeah, so, but yeah, it's pretty crazy. And so, yeah. But yeah. Anyway, but I mean, no, that was like probably one of the best memories I will never forget with AJ. Like, just in that moment, it was like, I feel like half of me just left myself for like 30 minutes in the best way. But with me though, I was more knocked out for probably an hour, maybe. Like, I was more half knocked out for at least an hour. But I was just on his chest, knocked out too. But like I said, but mine was more to where I could still hear my surroundings and stuff like that. Not like if I would fall asleep at night and pass out. But just a good part where I can shut my eyes and stuff like that and just feel safe. But It was cute. Because y'all, even for me, that's never happened for me either. Like where I've knocked out that long. But at the same time, it just, I mean, yo, in that moment, I just knew that, like, he was the one. Just, and even y'all, even also from that moment too, even I knew that we've grown. Like, I could even notice that we actually grew a little bit. I felt like, and that's good because you wanna grow in your relationship, because if you're just staying where you are without growing somehow, then you need to evaluate what you're doing and find methods to do that. So y'all, even it doesn't have to be anything huge. It can just be something like little, like from what I've told y'all. Like for example, if y'all aren't like in that section where y'all also haven't knocked out, fallen asleep on each other for a few minutes, even if it's during the day, then that literally means you're not with the right person, or they're scared to. Because when you are asleep on your partner like that, and even if he is too, y'all, that means they're safe. That means he and her both are safe with each other. Like me and AJ are both are safe with each other, because he loves me enough where if I did, and if we both knocked out at the same time, we both would know in that moment that it was meant to be. Like fully meant to be. But you know what, y'all? But y'all, if that does happen next time, though, I will literally try to. Yo, that would be crazy if that did happen again. This coming next month, like if that did happen next month, I will literally try to get a pic of it, just to hopefully remember that. But yeah, that'd be crazy if that happened. Like, for real. But, yeah. So, but yeah, I'd probably look a lot more crazy if he captured on me. But, yeah, it was just too cute. Yeah, and honestly, y'all, and the thing is, y'all, I was actually wearing this gray hoodie behind me here. Which some of you can see it. Just that hoodie, but yeah, I was just wearing that gray jacket. Because, I was also cold, too, at the same time. Because, I was freezing. So, it's a good thing I had that. And, y'all, let me say this, too. Even when he was actually out here, there were 2 nights. I fell asleep somehow with my jacket on. And I was not drenched in so much sweat like you would think would happen. I was surprised. 2 nights in a row I slept with a jacket on under my pajamas. Was very new. Like, that was just new to me. But anyway, let me get up for a second. But yeah, it was crazy. So, yeah, it was wild. So, yeah, it was pretty crazy. But anyway, hopefully, everyone in here has been doing well. But yeah, so, yeah, it's pretty crazy. So, yeah, pretty bizarre. But yeah, so, anyway, But yeah, I'm not doing much at the moment. So, let me do this. Let me turn this off real quick. But yeah, it was crazy. And so, yeah. But yeah, it was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. One bit. But yeah. But yeah, it was crazy. So, y'all, if anything crazy huge with us two happens once again, when he is out here in the next couple weeks, oh, y'all will be updated on all of it. Like, y'all will be updated on it, like usual. Because there's not a lot of things I would leave out, unless my brain just feels like not doing it. But there are some little things like that it will be getting told to. But anyway, I'm probably gonna go ahead and get off for the day, but I will next be on here on Sunday. So let's hopefully we'll get people around on Sunday. But anyway, I will see you guys out and about, but I will be posting content too, so stay tuned for all that throughout the days.